It's time for the United Hearts Family Fest, Saturday, September 13th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Trinity Church on South 24th. Enjoy awesome music from local artist Liz Bentley and the Silver Bullets, an assortment of food and drinks, a beer and wine tent, quarter auctions, games, bounce houses, crafts, and tons of activities for the kids, or sign up for the cornhole tournament. Scan the QR code for discounted tickets or visit our Facebook page for more information. And don't miss out on the fun. Family Fest is sponsored by Peters Heating and Air Conditioning and Trinity Church.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad. Joining me today, our pal Gumby. How are you?
Doing great, doing great.
Good. Glad to have you back. Of course, here speaking on behalf of the American Legion Riders.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you have a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get to some of the events, can you give me just a general idea of who the American Legion Riders are and what you do to support our community?
The American Legion Riders is the motorcycle side of the American Legion. We are veterans, we are sons of veterans, we are ladies auxiliary who ride. And what we do is we try to take care of the big pillars of the American Legion stands for. Americanism, patriotism, children, and veterans. And whatever we can do to help any of that out, we're on board.
That's your mission.
That's our mission.
I love it. And these events, no doubt, help you carry out your mission. I know the last time you were here talking, we were coming up on I think we were talking about hats.
Yeah, we had the hats and gloves, we had the bike show, we had trophies, we had all kinds of stuff going on.
So the Hats and Gloves with Love, tell me a little bit about that mission and what you're going to do coming up.
Well, that program helps us give every child in Hannibal, pre-K through 5th grade, hats and gloves for winter. Okay. We're going to take care of Hannibal. We're going to do Center again this year. That's Rawls County. Mm-hmm. We're going to do Monroe City, and we want to do Shelbina.
Okay.
I see big props over there for Monroe City. There you go, there you go. And yeah, we're going to try to do Shelbina and then Palmyra.
Okay.
And we picked the order by the median income and how many kids are on free and reduced lunch.
Sure.
You know, our goal, you know, we can't feed these kids. We don't have enough money. Right. But what we can do is make sure they're a little warmer. And the programs that we do, it's so important. If somebody doesn't realize the impact of a hat, just a simple winter hat. Kid takes a shower in the morning. They go out there, their ears are wet. Yeah. Now they get a sniffly head and they get a stuffy head and then they get an earache. Now mom and dad who's already struggling have to miss a day's work.
Right.
They got to go to the doctor. Right. They got to get the medicine. So the simple hat, the snowball effect is amazing on this.
Right.
So we try to make sure that we get every kid, regardless of income, because you can't go through and have 20 kids in the classroom go, oh, your mommy and daddy make too much money.
Right, yeah.
That little dude is going to be ticked all day.
Yes.
You know,
well,
so,
and it's a fundamental, I would like to say, right, to be warm, right? When you, there are needs that kids need met so that they can focus on other things. Being a kid, for one.
Being a kid.
Learning.
Just being a kid.
Yeah. And not being singled out. So I appreciate that you're doing it for all the kiddos. That's a very, very cool mission.
All of them. Yeah. And the best thing is, I had a lady who called me last year, or called me 3-4 weeks ago, and said, hey, you know, you helped out my little boy. And I was like, what? Yeah, they was in pre-K and they came home with hats and gloves and it was like so amazing. Now she is the manager of Pizza Hut in Hannibal.
Okay.
So this Thursday, the 28th, everybody in Hannibal, before you clock out to go home, call Pizza Hut, order your pizza, tell them it's for hats and gloves donation. If you're going to come into work, call ahead early, order it, pick it up on the way to work, tell them it's for hats and gloves. They're going to give us 20% of everything they bring in, minus taxes, to go buy hats and gloves for kids. So if you
Very cool.
Yeah, so you're going to feed your family.
Yeah.
You know,
and you don't have to think about what to feed your family.
You don't have to worry. It's Pizza Hut.
Yes.
Everybody likes Pizza Hut. And chances are you got it on your cell phone anyway because you don't have to do the app. And,
I have it.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah. And then all because something that the American Legion Riders did.
Last year, her little kid got the hat.
Creating a vortex.
Yeah. So it's phenomenal.
I love it. So, August 28th.
August 28th. 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
Call up Pizza Hut in Hannibal, order it, go pick it up, drive through window, walk in the store and grab it. They got a brand new building.
Perfect.
And
20% of sales
20%.
going back to your mission.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Well, thank you, Pizza Hut in Hannibal. That's very, very cool. And then you also have, what's the Shiloh benefit
Shiloh.
ride? Yeah.
This is our 4th year doing Shiloh.
Okay.
Shiloh Children's Ranch is an foster program out by Clarence, Missouri. Right? There are, last count, I think 40 children out there. They're in separate housing units, and they're housed by just like a family unit. And what we do is we do one ride a year to raise money so those kids can buy each other Christmas.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's
it's
cool.
simple. So we have some corporate sponsors. They cut us checks for $500, $600, $100 here, $20. I don't care. It's money's money, everything.
Sure.
Pennies make dollars, dollars make cents.
Yes.
All right. So what we do is we gather this up. We get riders to come out there. Every $10 rider, $10 passenger. Some pay more. Fantastic. We take all that money, go up there. The kids see the bikes coming in. They're ecstatic, right? They're out there looking at the bikes. And we do a presentation. We hand them the money, and it goes from there.
There you go. Very cool.
Yeah,
so you get a bunch of riders together and drive to...
We ride to
the
Shiloh.
ranch?
Yeah,
Okay.
so what's going to happen, here's how this works, because we have multiple locations that we tag team up on this.
Yeah.
So for people here in Quincy and Canton, you can go to the West Quincy Airco.
Okay.
All right. Saturday, September 6th, West Quincy Airco from 1:30 to 2:25. You go over there, sign up, pay your money. 2:30 they're going to kick off and they're going to ride to Clarence.
Okay.
All right. Hannibal, Palmyra, all that. You can come to the Rocket over in Hannibal, the Airco Rocket. 1:30 to 2:40. We're going to all meet up there, get something to eat, pay your dues. We're going to shag up to Clarence too. And we're all going to meet at this little bitty Casey's up there, where there's way too many people for this little bitty store. And I know them girls up there.
Cause some scene.
Yeah, them girls up there. I know they hate us because they got that little bitty corner in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you got all these bikers and everything. It's
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah, they got they're like deer in the headlights.
I love it.
But yeah, we all get together up there. We collect all the money, and then we go to Shiloh and do our thing.
Perfect. So, and that's $10 a rider.
$10 a rider, $10 a passenger.
Okay.
Even if you can't make the ride and you want to donate to it,
Yeah.
give me a holler.
Okay.
You know, I'll take care of it.
Perfect.
We'll make sure it goes to the right place.
Okay, and we'll get to contact information so people can learn more about these events. But one more event that you have coming up is very, very important.
This one, we do a lot of events to where it's the parades and the yay, you know, all that. We have some events that are about the cause, not the applause.
Okay.
And this is one of those. I mean, we do our, when we do our Christmas for veterans in the nursing homes, that's a cause, not the applause.
Right.
When we go up to the Veterans Home, September 13th, most of the riders, you're going to be down at Bike Week. That's okay. If you're not, let's do something fun. We're going to meet up here at the Hardee's at 12th and Locust on September 13th. That's a Saturday, so you're not going to be doing anything that's worthwhile besides being with us. And we're going to ride over to the Vets Home. We're going to go over to Hammond Hall first. That's off-site. The riders do a little ceremony. We thank them for their service and all that good stuff. We take and we walk through the bikes with them. We push wheelchairs. We're walking with walkers. We're comforting people. We're listening to stories. They're our heroes.
Yeah.
They did things that are amazing. So we can sit here today and do what we do.
Right.
So we're going to go up there. Like I said, it's Saturday the 13th. So if you're not at Bike Week down at the lake, meet us out 12th and Locust.
What time?
We're going to be kicking off there at 1:25. So you can
Okay.
come out there about 1 o'clock, get yourself a soda and a burger, and join us. It's a really good time.
Yeah.
We start at Hammond, then we go on to the site proper.
Okay.
And we're going to ask, when you go on there, you don't turn on your stereos, you don't rack your pipes.
Right.
Same thing you do for a national cemetery.
Sure.
And we go on there, we're going to go to all the halls. We're going to meet with these heroes, and we're going to, like I said, you might have somebody with a walker.
Yeah.
You're out there walking between the bikes, showing the bikes. You might have somebody you're pushing a wheelchair.
Sure.
It's a phenomenal event.
Yeah.
We do all the units. This, like I said, this is one of those events that it gets you.
Yeah. Well, you'll have this brotherhood between your riders, but then also you have a lot of ties to the veterans. So
Your veterans.
it's giving back and honoring in a way that I think is really, really cool. And I can only imagine how much they love not only the visiting, but seeing the bikes and
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yeah. You know,
having that attention paid to them.
We
That's
had,
very, very cool.
without getting into the personnel there, Marika, she's a staff member there.
Mm-hmm.
Without her, I cannot pronounce her last name because, I mean, if I'm the sharpest tool in the drawer, if I'm the sharpest knife in the drawer, you better put your dishes away. I'm telling you right now. But yeah, Velez,
yeah.
She is so amazing. She helps us put this together. She gets the staffing together, the schedules together, and without her, we could not do this.
Yeah.
So if you see her, big props to that girl right
All
there.
right. Well,
so
kudos to her. But
we were out there last year. I'm gonna burn a little bit more of your daylight because I got
you're
the
good.
mic.
Yeah, you're good.
We were out there last year, and we were at the infirmary, and I met a gentleman. He was double amputee. This was a crusty old dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I walked up to him, how you doing? Ain't none of your business.
Curmudgeon.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So anyway, I stood there and I'm there a little bit, and finally he started talking to me, and he was done. He's a grown man.
Yeah.
You know, a veteran.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he was done with it. He didn't want no more. And by the time we were done with this little 20, 25-minute conversation, we're talking about what he's going to do with his grandkids for Christmas.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You know, and that's the kind of stuff that for us,
Yeah.
all the parades and the stuff with the flag waving, it's fantastic. But when you do something like this, it's meaningful. You touch somebody's soul, and you might have brought them back from someplace they didn't want to be.
Right.
So it's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
Absolutely. Well, and we give kudos to everybody who takes part in making these things possible. But I give kudos to you and the rest of the writers for making this your mission and pulling off such great events that help you give back. This is good stuff. Now, before the first time I met you, I didn't really know anything about you. So I'm sure that there are others out there that may want more information on what the American Legion does, what the American Legion Riders do. Where would they go for more information on these events or how they can get involved maybe?
On these events right here, I'm going to give out my personal number,
Okay.
573-406-8975.
Okay.
Send me a text. I'm terrible at answering the phone. Send me a text and I'll get back with you.
Yeah.
And then you can go to the American Legion Riders, Chapter 55 on Facebook. Everybody has Facebook. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, but for this, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And then you can go to theamericanlegion.org.
Okay.
They've got everything you need to know about the American Legion and what the American Legion does nationwide.
Right.
And people really may not know that if it wasn't for the American Legion, there would be no VA.
Right.
The American Legion got the VA started, and the American Legion keeps the VA in check. So all the veterans that go out there and think I'm all alone, when you join your American Legion or your VFW, you're there in Washington walking up and down the halls, their representative, getting the lobbyists out of the way so they can hear what veterans have to say.
Yeah.
That's what the American Legion and the VFW do.
That's
and the
good
American
stuff.
Legion, that's what I do.
Yeah.
So.
And it wouldn't be possible without the members. So if you're interested in learning more about the events or becoming a member, reach out to Gumby, look up the American Legion online, visit American Legion, right?
American Legion Riders, Chapter 55 on Facebook.
Yeah.
If you ride a motorcycle, I've said this time and time again, if you ride a motorcycle and you're out there riding, there's something more I can do.
Yeah.
I can do more than this. Call me up, talk to me, 573-406-8975, and you're going to find out what it really means to put on this patch and to help people out.
Yeah. Gumby, you're the best. Thank you so much. Always interesting sitting down and talking to you. I love hearing about the events you have coming up. As I said, reach out, get involved. This is a great crew with some, no doubt, great people. Thank you so much, Gumby. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you all so much.
Absolutely. All right, coming up next, Brittany and Ashley and Coffee Talk. Stay tuned.
Utopia is now open every day from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. and till 1 a.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Chill out with a craft cocktail or an ice-cold beer, and Utopia's got the latest gaming machines with big jackpots ready for you to win. Need the perfect spot for your next celebration? Utopia features a beautiful event venue, available now for parties, reunions, and private events. So come see what all the buzz is about. The drinks are cold, the space is hot, and Utopia is ready for you. The Tower, a great place to meet and eat. But did you know the Tower has one of the finest drink selections in our area? Along with its incredible Mexican menu, the Tower specializes in tequilas for every taste. Names like Patron, Cabo Wabo, and Hornitos. And don't forget the margaritas. On Mondays and Tuesdays, stop by and pick up a single topping pizza and get Tower margaritas to go. Enjoy the Tower at home or in our dining room, bar area, or the Tower's signature climate-controlled porch. The Tower Pizza and Mexican in Quincy.
Welcome to Cedar Club, Quincy's favorite local bar. A friendly corner bar with a laid-back atmosphere and affordable drinks. It's the perfect spot for a great time. With entertainment galore, including shuffleboard, golden tee, pool, foosball, and winning gaming machines. Cedar Club's latest addition is the best spot to catch your favorite game. Great drinks, great friends, and great times. Cedar Club, 20th and Cedar in Quincy.
Welcome out to Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer and a so right. I'll meet you out on Broadway underneath Shamrock Light. Gonna have a good time on the patio tonight. There's a party down at Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer on a champagne night. We're feeling all alone and you got no place to go. So come down here and drink a beer on Kelly's patio. Kelly's a fun place to eat and drink. 2902 Broadway.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday.
Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
And now it's time for Coffee Talk, of course, with Ashley and Britt B. We get to spill the tea. Thanks to EFB. And boy, do we have some tea to spill.
Oh.
It's some hot tea, baby.
It is hot today.
All right. Well, I got to say, I'm sad that I missed the city council meeting last night.
It was like an episode of Monday Night Raw.
Springer. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't there, so I can't really comment on a whole lot. But what I was just given the rundown, seems like we got some work to do to encourage some
elected
decorum.
elected officials etiquette.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, because when you're holding a public meeting and it's being led by public officials, there should be some standards. And that goes both ways. It should be people that are sitting in the audience, if you will, if that's what you call it, and also people up on the pedestal, right? Up on sitting at the table as elected officials. You have to have etiquette, and you have to have standards of said etiquette.
And Mayor Moore was in here earlier recording on a Tuesday today, so after the council, and she totally agrees with that and made it very known that, in her council chambers, stuff like that will not be tolerated anymore. So, the next time, anytime, I guess this is going to set a precedent for that. Most things do set precedents, especially when they're out of the ordinary. This is really out of the ordinary, I think, for a city council meeting, but it was not out of the ordinary for the elected official, Greg Fletcher. So he's known, I think, sometimes to like to grab the microphone and,
speak first, think later?
Yeah. I think a lot of people like the spotlight, and especially when they have thoughts, or opinions. But the city council, chambers, I don't think is the time to do your spotlight directed directly at someone. Of course, you need to express your opinions. That's what you're
as
there
an individual,
for.
But you're there to represent your ward. And I, again, wasn't there, but I can only imagine that just from what I was told, the lack of respect aimed at someone.
It was directed right to our really awesome
sure
reporter, Michelle McCormick.
Yeah.
We have an article out there that says everything.
Okay.
So definitely check that article out. It's on the news site. I know Bob made a publisher note in it to explain it. I was joking earlier on the Morning Muddy because Bob ended up going to the meeting to defend his employee.
Which, he did the right
thing. And I did my Jim Ross, but my microphone was kind of messed out where it was supposed to be. He wasn't even supposed to be in the building.
I don't know anything. I don't know this. I don't know what that is.
This
but
is
I'm
the
sure
Muddy
I
World
love it.
Order, and you are a part of it.
I am a part of it. I have no idea about wrestling, so I guess I'll have to beef up on it.
I feel like I'm just faking it.
Yeah. I'm like, I have no idea what that is, but I love the comparison. It is unfortunate that has to happen. I don't know. I guess just the context is that we were, or our reporter was told that it was one-sided, right? That our
But
coverage
you took
of
the
this,
microphone
Yeah.
during a city council meeting to direct it at a reporter. You could have,
Obviously
been professional,
waited until
talked to her
after.
afterwards. Yeah. Then again, it wasn't one-sided.
No, it wasn't. That's what I was going to say.
You see what you want to see, Greg
Yeah.
Fletcher, and you, of all people, tend to do that. We made multiple stories in regard to this. They called it the Sycamore Saga because there were so many stories.
So many.
And the
conversations.
stories, happen in conversations too, with Minutes with the Mayor. As Alderman, I think you should be watching your Minutes with the Mayor. I mean, hopefully on Muddy River News, I would think, but if you don't like our organization, like you said, watch it somewhere else. You need to stay informed about what your mayor is saying, especially when it's in regards to what happened before or after city council meetings.
Yeah.
It's your job to do that due diligence. And so also it's your job, if you're going to say, hey, this is one-sided, did you really research that? Because we could throw right back in your face, but we're not going to do this
Well, it's just
back and
very,
forth, I
it's
don't
very
think.
divisive to, I think, of course, you said everybody has an opinion. When is the appropriate time to share your opinion against something community-based? Probably not sitting behind the microphone, of an elected position.
You could do it on a podcast.
You could.
You could do it on, I think it would even be frowned upon on your own personal Facebook as an elected official. But then again, who knows? I mean, some people praise
I'm sure
the
some
whole...
people agree with him, which maybe is why he felt the need to say it so loudly. In front of
he's on that
everyone.
home and night train.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So-
that gets you nowhere.
No.
Because you are representing a ward of people who have diverse feelings on this, and you can individually hate an organization, but as an elected official up there representing an entire group of people, you have to keep those opinions, I think, to yourself.
Yeah.
Right? There's a time and a place, and that is definitely not it. And people may or may not agree with what Bob did. But I, for one, especially being an employee and a friend, I think that is what I would expect my boss to do if I were getting, if I were getting blasted in front of everybody, and especially because it's Michelle, who has done nothing but try to remain unbiased since she
And she's like one of the
became a
most
part of our-
professional reporters
Yeah.
I have ever encountered, especially when it comes to the whole sided thing. She can deliver the news without sides.
Yes.
And I feel like people, that is a talent.
Yeah. There's only one other person that I think did that really well, and that was David Adam. So they both and Bob. I'm sorry, I forget that he's in that crew too. But yeah, there's so
He's
many.
gonna throw something at you. Oh gosh, here we go.
He's just got the worst throw anyway.
Yeah, no
but
kidding.
Sports. I do think that overall, time and a place, Mr. Fletcher made a mistake, created some kind of hoopla that wasn't really necessary and did no good for the city council or proving his point. I, of course, think that Muddy River News has done a fantastic job of trying to remain unbiased in the situation. You're always going to feel some kind of opinion, especially when we're having these kinds of conversations. But we did our best to interview the homeowner. We've spoken to the mayor. We've talked about how important it is to follow rules and ordinances. And if you're not hearing any of that, there's nothing we can do to change your mind. You have it made up, which
He was also personally, I think, contacted for comment on several occasions and decided not to comment until he had the microphone.
Until he was in the spotlight.
Okay,
Hopefully
so
lesson learned.
Real quick, I do want to touch on this because podcast. That's where you want to bring up your stuff. Get a podcast, Greg. Like I said. What?
Be a guest. I'm sure there's.
Yeah, you
podcasts
could
out
be a
there that
guest and do
would
that
love to hear
too.
how much you hate Muddy River News.
I can think of some. All right, but what our subject was going to be today, before the WCW broke out in the city council chambers, was the fact that there is this circulation going about a mental health screening. So Illinois passed in legislation to require annual universal mental health screenings for all public school students in grades 3 through 12, starting in the 27-28 school year. The screenings, which are optional for parents to opt out of, aim to identify mental health concerns, provide access to support, and reduce stigma. So the Illinois State Board of Education, the ISBE, will provide the schools with free screening tools and resources by September 1st, 2026. Now there is a form that I've been seeing circulating around Facebook about, hey, if you want to opt your children out for it, this is the form and you can do it now. I'm not sure if the form like that is going around there really is the form that you can opt out of. It states that it's like on the front of it. I have to pull it up real quick. Hold on.
Is it only Democratic states that are doing this, or is it across the board?
That
Do
I'm
you
not
know?
sure too. I know that, again, Illinois recently passed this, and it's not being implemented until the 27-28 school year. Your schools aren't even going to have these forms, so what it is suggested to opt out is you're going to have to call your school directly. There's not going to be some overall form. However, this form is circulating, and I mean, I'm not a lawyer. Maybe it does work, but again, they haven't even implemented the tools for it yet, so I'm not sure how this one makes it so that you can opt out. But the form that's going around, it's called Awake Illinois. And then if you go to it, it literally says on the title, Awake, Not Woke, Illinois. So I don't know.
What a terrible title.
I know. So it's like, I would not exactly trust that to be your legal form of
I also
opt
don't
out.
trust this overreach of government
No.
in mental health with
Absolutely.
kids. I mean, obviously, if you look at half of these leaders, they got some mental health issues of their
Yeah.
own, so I'm not 100% sure that I trust their...
This definitely brought to, I mean, I'm glad I saw this floating around, so thanks for sharing it of, you know, it might be relevant or it might be real, but, and again, this, Illinois implementing this is real. I just don't know if this opt-out form is real, but that made me, you know, look, how do I opt my kid out? Because
Well,
I don't want that. And
Well,
again,
and how do we learn more about what this is? Is it really for the kids? This is where my brain goes. Like, what are we doing here? Who's paying for it? We're in so much debt. I mean, how are we providing these resources? We can't provide resources to anyone that we know has mental health
Yeah.
issues. So what are we going to do with these kids that now we've screened them? I just have so many questions. How are we going to implement this? We don't have enough school staff, especially like looking at Quincy. We don't have, what the hell?
I kind of wonder if some of it is just to, like, cover their own butts legally,
yeah, CYA.
you know?
I don't know. Well,
I don't know.
it doesn't seem very well thought out, and it also doesn't seem legit. Now, this comes from a parent who I want to be heavily invested in my children's mental health, but I do that on a daily basis through conversation. And I know not every kid has that, but I also think that it's overreach, and I don't think we have the resources to really fully implement this well. So I
Just
struggle
so,
with this.
like, some of you know where the outcry, I guess, was some of the questions that they plan on asking kids for to tell their state of their mental health is, have you ever thought about suicide? If so, how would you plan to do it? That's something to think, like, that you're going to ask a 10-year-old child.
See, this is what I'm saying. That there's got to be someone who came up with not only the Awake title and these questions. I think they need an assessment.
Yes.
So how the hell are you going to assess
I think those
my
are two
kids?
separate things.
Whatever.
Too,
but somebody who's rolling all of this out didn't do their due diligence in checking what the hell these implications.
Which also brought to light something that we thought about. So in order to enroll your children in public schools right now, you have to take a questionnaire. And that questionnaire is asking you questions like a little bit about mental health, about
your
behavior, and it's very, it's either sometime, or what is it? It's
like
never,
subjective. Okay, so
never, sometimes,
Rarely,
always.
Something.
And some of these questions could be like, does your child feel sad? Does your
Never.
Does your child
get along with
people?
others? Never. Always.
Can your child
come on,
share?
Guys.
Does your child share? I'm like, I mean, obviously, sharing, that's not a good one. But like the getting along and being sad. do you tell the truth of, hey, I have a normal child who is a human being that everyone experiences these things?
See, this is where I have a problem with this, because one of the questions is, does your child get distracted easily? Doesn't everybody? I do. Also, there's kind of a spectrum of mental health. So how are you going to classify these things? And are you aiming it at a specific, I don't know, like, is it a specific instance that you're looking for? Are you looking for suicidal kids? Do you have third graders that are, I guess I just don't know that you're going to be able to recognize that.
Yeah. I just
don't know. I think it just is severe overreach, and it's not going to be executed well if I know anything about Illinois.
These questions that they're asking now, I think, are supposed to serve as getting to know you questions. But at the same time, I think it's just the same thing with this whole mental health checkpoint. It's a liability check for them.
Yeah.
You know, like if you did check that, you're going to say, well, looky right here, that you said
You
yourself.
said your kid gets distracted, and now we're wanting to put her on ADHD medicine, and you're saying no.
Or you're blaming us for the fact that your kid got a bad grade. Well, you said right here. It's like a liability thing.
Could be. CYA. Either way, I don't like it. I think it's...
What's CYA?
Cover your ass.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, people do it all the time, and it's almost like, well, if you're doing things right, you probably don't need that.
Yeah.
Right? There's a fine line between. I struggle because I want people to have resources if they need it, but I've also seen the lack of resources and the lack of give a damn. And now all of a sudden, it almost seems like there's got to be a different agenda if we're going to roll something like this out, because we don't do anything. We just don't execute anything. And when you're talking about kids' mental health and tracking, and that's a very touchy subject to me.
I agree.
So I don't know, but it's funny that kind of ties in. Mental health is all around us, right? And everybody struggles from time to time. It's just a matter of situation, I think, and then people, and there are so many stressors from the outside world coming into everybody. So yeah, we're all struggling from time to time, but I don't know if I want somebody telling me that, or asking me how I would commit suicide.
Yeah, I have a lot more questions, and we'll probably, obviously we'll research this more, and we'll talk more about this. Again, I'm not a lawyer.
No.
And I don't know.
But if I were, I'd fight right against this.
Yes. I don't know if that opt-out form is legal or not, according to my assistant AI. So he said it is not. So, and again, I'm just a podcaster with a microphone.
Yeah, bring in a little bit of transparency so you can make up your own mind. Right?
I thank you, EFB, for giving us this opportunity.
Yes, thank you, EFB. If you are in need of a little pick-me-up, head over to EFB. They have one for you, and maybe it'll spruce up your attitude, and tell them Muddy River News sent you.
Yes.
Right? All right, on that note, I think that does it for today's
Coffee Talk.
See you next time.